Cue Ball and myself have been thinking about starting a new magazine, and if we can get enough subscriptions, enough people to subscribe to it, we're going to start a new magazine. You've seen these magazines at like Playboy magazines, you know them kind, and Playgirl. We're going to call this magazine Play Dog. Let me know what y'all think. Welcome back. Boy, it's good to be back. I'm telling you what, man. This video, other than that sick video I made to let the patrons know, apologize to them for, not having any videos. Other than that video, this video here that you're watching now is the first video I have made in over 2 weeks. I've been in bed, man. Here I am, 11 pounds lighter now. Lost 11 pounds. I've never been that sick before in my life, man. There were actually a couple or 3 days, I kind of started to question whether or not I was going to get through this stuff or not, but I made it. Not all the way yet. Obviously, you can probably hear it. Still, I'm sore from coughing. I still cough a lot, and my head and everything. I can't talk very loud. This is about it, but it's better than it was on that last video. Anyways, we're going to pick back up with this Simon Patrick guitar here. I'm going to take the strings off of it, and we're going to go over this guitar with a fine-tooth comb. We oil the fretboard, polish the frets. I'm going to check all the bracing inside, and check the bridge. I already checked that with a piece of paper sticking up under it, and it's good. Looks like maybe all we're going to have to do to it is set it up. I'm a little bit concerned about this at the heel down here. I told you on the first video we talked about it. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm going to check that out, and just make sure it's not pulled loose. That's caused from the stress of the neck pulling forward on that all the time. Hopefully it's nothing bad though, so we'll be able to work around it. The guitar's got a bolt-on neck, so if we had to change the neck angle, it would be way easier than a neck reset normally would be. But anyways, I'm going to shut you down and get the strings off. I'll bring you back over here. I'll bring you over here, and we'll get into this thing, start checking it out, see if we can find anything wrong with it, and get it ready for a setup. Hold on. What the hell happened to that camera? Some weird camera options going on there. What's up with that? Alright, I checked the truss rod, and it works. Loosened it, and it cracked, it was kind of starting to seize up. We'll work it back and forth a time or two, and I got the neck straight now. It's perfectly straight. So when I have a edge out here, straight edge, I want to see that goes right up to the bridge. This straight edge should go over the bridge and right up to the saddle like that. See what I mean? And man, this just does though. I mean, that is all. It just goes over it and all, and that's all. So we're good there, but we just barely are good. But it wouldn't hurt for that neck angle to be, tilted back just a little bit. All this guitar is in for is a setup. And that's the reason I'm going to set it up on this video, because I checked a few of these off camera here. I don't know if the camera's getting that. Now the complaint on this guitar, he said it had some buzzing. And I played it a little bit, and it does on certain frets. See? That's loose. Well, I mean, it's rocks on almost every fret. There's a flat one. That one's good. That one's good. A little bit of rocking right there. The reason I'm not going to set this up on this video is because, like I say, it's in for a setup, okay? I don't know if the owner wants to do a full fret leveling and crowning and re-radiusing, all that, polishing and stuff or not. Or if he just wants me to set it up with, with the frets like this. I can get the action a whole lot lower if he wants me to level the frets and do all that. It's going to cost a little more money too. So I'll have to get with him, find out about that. So anyway, we're not going to set it up on this video, that's for sure, but we can check everything out. Now I took a piece of paper already when it had strings on it and did this thing behind the bridge here. I tuned it up to pitch to do that, and that's all good. Truss rod works. We know we got a whole bunch of high frets. I'm not even going to count them, man. Guess I could go ahead and linseed the board and polish those frets or tarnish pretty bad. We're going to get inside there and look around for loose braces too. I had a brief look back in there. This thing is so sweet, man. Just looking briefly back in there, I didn't see any loose braces or anything wrong. Now y'all know, now let me look up here, I didn't look up here. Yes, this has got, holy cow, 4 bolts, holds the neck on. Wow. Make sure that thing's not coming off. Yeah, everything looks good under there, the braces and the whole thing. See if I can get this back in there a little farther. I'm probably going to get my head in your way and you're not going to be able to see. And it's got a pickup right under the bridge mounted inside there. I'll show it to you later. Yeah, those braces look good, man. But I want to do the old tap test on it. I showed you guys this in videos a long time ago. You just take the guitar. The saddle will probably fall out. He mentioned something about it being glued in. And just tap around the lower bout mostly, because if it's gonna buzz or have a loose brace, that's where you're gonna probably hear it. You want to check up here too. And I'm not hearing any loose braces at all. I'm a little concerned about this lip right here. See that? I can feel that with my fingernail, man. There may even be a crack right there. The guitar may be coming apart right there. I'll have to look at that closer. Yeah, the braces is fine. Wow, man. The more I look at this, let me get the macro lens on and bring you over here and show you this. We're going to look at this area right here where the side meets the back and this binding. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It looks to me like a crack is trying its best to form there. Hold on, let me get you. Show it to you. You're probably never going to be able to see this, but I'm holding a bright light inside the guitar hole here. Very bright light. And I'm holding it right up to this area right here in question. Right there and right here. Now I can see light coming through the binding, around the binding, but there is no light coming in the crack itself, and there is indeed a crack there. I'm going to get the macro lens and show it to you. Hold on. Alright, if I can hold the camera still. We're looking at the binding where the side meets the back, right at the heel. See that? I couldn't see one bit of light coming through that. But it's not that big of a crack. Through this macro lens, it's going to look huge in this. But there is definitely a crack right there. And the same thing on the other side of the heel. Wow. There's been some neck stress put on that area. Hold on. I'm just going to hold the guitar like this. And I'm going to pull the neck this way and push the lower bout that way. And just like string stress would put on that joint. And I'm just going to watch that and see if I can see anything moving. And I'm putting a pretty good bit of stress on it, and I'm not seeing it move. It feels as solid as a rock, man. Very little bit of movement, if any. Like I say, I held that bright light right up into this area, right in here. And maybe I can show you that right now, again, the way you might be able to see it. I don't know. I can see light coming through the binding itself, but there's no light coming through that crack, and I've got the light right over the crack right now. So I don't think that's a problem, but I'm going to mention that to him. And, you know, it wouldn't hurt to seal that with CA glue. That's all you'd have to do. You wouldn't have to clamp it or anything. Just drop CA down in it, let it set up, and seal that so, you know, nothing else gets down in there. So okay, I want to check the tuners, make sure they're all tight. They feel good. They felt good when I took the strings off, but check these little screws back here. If I can find a screwdriver that fits. Everything but what you need, man. All I'm going to do is just check these. Make sure they're all tight. And they are, so far. That one's a little bit loose. Wood tends, that one's loose. Wood tends to swell and shrink and swell and shrink all of its lifetime. From getting into, you know, the proper humidification and improper humidification, all that changes. So it's good to check this stuff every now and then. And I'm going to have to go get a read. Now here we are. Yeah, I got one, I think. Check these, make sure they're tight. That one's a little bit loose. Yeah. Yep, we're good. All good. And now I'm going to go around the rest of that binding. You can't see too good there, can you? I'm going to go around and just hold it up here at the light. Move it all around like so. Make sure there's no more separations. There's a little bit of a little tiny bit of a crack there between the back and side, but it's still sealed. It hasn't broke the finish. A little bit of one right there. And this top looks good all the way around. Just flop him over and check the other side. I think the only places is right here where we looked at the heel. I can hold this to where the light up here, up there, reflects into the finish, and I can see it really well right here if there's any separations or anything at all to be worried about. And I'm not seeing nothing on the back. Yeah, there's a little tiny crack right here too, about the same size as it was on here. It's not very bad, but it wouldn't hurt to put a little bit of CA down in that and just seal it off. Alright, well, I'm going to polish. You know, I'm not going to polish the frets or linseed the board, because if he wants me to do a full setup on this, I'll have to level and crown and dress and do all the fret work. You know, it'd be stupid to polish the frets and put linseed oil on there right now and then sand it all away. So I'm not going to do that. I want to look around this fretboard extension. Almost forgot. That's why I haven't been working on guitars, man, because, you know, I was so sick I couldn't even think. There again, I apologize to you guys and gals, the ones that have not replied to your, whether you send an email or a PM on Facebook or a PM on YouTube, which I never get notified of. I just think to look in there occasionally. Neck joint looks really good, man. The neck joint itself. Of course, this is a bolt-on neck. Yeah, that's fine. All along the fretboard, where the fretboard is glued on to the neck itself. That all looks good. Nut looks good. Of course, Playdog wouldn't be a good magazine without a little bit of live action now and then. Oh! Told you I would show you the pickup system in this guitar. There it is. I can't read the brand of it. I should have looked at it when I was in there with that mirror. It's glued to the bridge plate. Check that out, man. Never seen that done before. Glued on. Right to the bridge plate, too. I want to show you this. Check this brace out right here. The finger brace. I thought it was loose when I looked at it. I took a 2000 feelers gauge and tried to shove under that, and it wouldn't go. Of course, the rest of them, like I say, they all looked pretty decent. Yeah, you can't see anything, but maybe you can take my word for it. They all looked good. That one was the only one, that little finger brace right there. See what I mean? That finger brace. Well, stupid camera's not gonna. See what I mean? That looks like it's loose, but it's not. It's just roughed up there for whatever reason. So I guess that's pretty much all we're going to be able to do tonight, until I talk to him and find out if he wants to do a full-blown setup on it. I usually charge $100 for a setup if I don't have to do anything to the frets. You know, just set the guitar up, set the nut action, set the neck relief, set the string action, and intonation. And if I have to work on a single frets, I charge $15 a fret. That includes replacing the fret. But that's a lot more money if I go into leveling and crowning and radiusing and polishing and all that. Runs into way more money than $100. So I got to talk to him, see what he wants to do, since this is only in here for a setup. And I asked him about these cracks, if he wants me to drip some CA glue in there or not. And the next video, after I talk to him, I'll talk to him tomorrow. I'm not getting back on the computer tonight. I just don't have the energy, man. Too weak. Anyways, I'll check with him and fill you guys in on the next video. Thanks for keeping it here, folks, and especially through the 2 weeks I didn't make any videos. And try to get them built back up and get them all started again now. Hopefully I can continue to get better. I hope so anyway. Wow, I don't want any more of that. That's some bad stuff. That string of flue is, well, I can see how it would kill people. I can see how people would die from that, you know. So anyways, wish me luck. Cheers to you. Thanks for keeping it here, especially you patrons that went so long without any videos to watch at all. Thank you, man. You guys rock. All of you rock. Thanks for the new subscribers too, man. We're getting a lot of new subscribers. Appreciate that. Keep them coming. And I'll get better eventually. I'm pouring the sweat, and then I'll freeze and chill. The chill's coming. I can feel it coming. But I feel sweat coming right now. But anyways, cheers. See you on the next video.